Welcome back, you gorgeous weirdos. I'm so glad you're here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So I had a subscriber request this exact manicure for me to recreate, and I couldn't wait to do it because this is so stunningly beautiful. We're going to use the Modelones black dip powder. It's my favorite black dip powder ever. It has no name, just number 15. I'm going to use Sassy Mouth Clear, my Azure Beauty liquids, and I'm going to show you how to do this super duper simple. We're going to get right into it. I am using foils, by the way. You'll see them later. So I'm going to go in with my dip base coat on my first nail. I'm covering the entire nail from cuticle to free edge. This is nothing different. It's my same base application technique that I always do. You want to be careful not to flood anything. And then I'm going to dip at an angle, and you can make this angle as angly as you want. And I'm going to dip in, let it sit there and marinate for a few minutes. You want to make sure your dip powder is level on top. Then I'm going to very gently aim my finger down, tap off excess, and here is what we are looking like. I'm going to then take my clear dip powder and pour that over so it absorbs into that wet dip base towards the back of a nail. And that's our first dip. That's it, nothing crazy. Now you don't have to be super duper meticulous with this type of freestyle color block because we're going to add foils to it later and it will cover up that Frenchy type line. So you don't have to be super duper perfect with it. You know, perfection is an illusion. It's not real. But if you're super concerned about that line being super crisp, you do not need to be. So I'm going to go ahead and do this for all of my nails. Now, one thing that I am trying to do is have that black French at the free edge be as consistent as possible from nail to nail. Again, it doesn't need to be exact because we're going to cover it up with foils later. You really won't see a difference, but you don't want one nail being like a quarter black at the edge and another nail being like half black at the edge. So you want to just try to keep a little bit of consistency going from nail to nail. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up the first coat on all of my nails. I'm doing the exact same thing for each nail. Nothing is different. Then I'm going to show you how to do coat number 2. So we're finished with coat number 1, and I'm going to show you what I like to do, especially when I'm using clear dip powder. If you're not using clear, this may be a non-issue, but because clear can tend to look grainy or bubbly, I like to take my stiff scrubby brush and really make sure I get all of that clear excess off the nail before we go in for round 2. Now for round 2, I'm going to apply the base the same way I was before. Nothing is going to be different, but I want to make sure that when I dip into the black, I'm lining it up pretty on point from where that first line is. It's going to be a little bit easier for you because you'll have that line as a guide, but you'll want to make sure the angle is pretty close, if not on point, to the first angle you dipped at. Otherwise, it's not going to look as pigmented. It might look like there's a shadow. So you want to try and line it up pretty much exactly. I find this type of manicure to be absolutely perfect for your dominant hand. If you're not good using your non-dominant hand to do nail art, this one is a good one for you to do. You can absolutely do this on your dominant hand, mostly because, again, we're going to cover up that line with foils, so it doesn't really matter if it's imperfect. You can be almost as sloppy as you need to be. You can have a shaky hand. It's absolutely fine. We're going to cover it all up with foils later on. So I'm going to go ahead and get the second dip done on all of the nails. Then I'm going to clear encapsulate the whole thing. I know that clear tends to be something that people have mixed opinions about. Do I use it before or after or at all? This is one of those times where I'm going to suggest you use clear over top everything, only because you don't want to get heavy-handed with your file, file off that smile line, have it look a little weird and wonky. So we're going to clear encapsulate after everything, give it a good scrub before we activate. Then I'm going to show you how to do the foil placement, and it's so super duper easy. So here's what we're looking like before filing and buffing. I did go ahead and file and buff off camera, but it was really super duper minimal filing and buffing. If you can really hone in on your dip application, filing and buffing will be so easy for you. I'm telling you. Did you hear? Because I'm telling you. I'm going to go ahead and scrub off any of that remaining dust and debris from filing with a little bit of alcohol in my scrubby brush. And then we're going to be ready for the foils. So these are the foils that I have. I have rose gold here. That one I'm going to use because it kind of goes with the jewelry that I'm wearing. Did you guys not notice? I can't believe no one said anything that I have switched. I no longer wear white gold or stainless steel. I am in my yellow gold era. That's a lie. I'm in my rose gold era. I don't know why, but I'm feeling it. Am I a rose gold girly now? Well, I am now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of this rose gold foil. I'm going to break it up. You want very, very teeny tiny little pieces. So I'm going to break it up and up and up. And this took me like 47 years. but you want tiny little pieces because you're going to place them individually. I'm going to use gel base coat. You don't have to use gel base coat. You can use a sticky base coat like from Maniology or whatever is your preference. You want something tacky though to hold onto those foils. I'm going to do gel base coat, give it a cure for 30 seconds, and then we're going to start placing the foils and they will stick right to that tacky layer. So I got that cured. Now we're going to go in with the foils. Again, this is so easy, very dominant hand friendly. If you're not good with your non-dominant hand, this is your manicure. So I'm going to take my orange wood stick, toothpick, dotting tool, whatever you feel like you want to use, and I'm just going to start placing those teeny tiny little foils along the curved line where the black meets the clear. That's it. You can place them wherever you want, as much or as little as you want, as high up or as low down as you want. This is where you can really make your manicure your own. If you want to do this with a traditional French, you can totally do that. There are so many options for this type of manicure, but I'm going to go ahead, as mentioned, place all of the foils. Once I am done placing the foils, and don't worry, I'm not going to show you the whole hand because no one has time for that. This manicure is a little bit time consuming, but the end result is so stunningly beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up this foil placement. Look how stunning that looks. It changes the entire manicure. Here's the whole hand done. Now I'm going to take a lint-free wipe and I'm going to pat down those foils. Do not use your bare naked finger because the gel residue is on the nail, the tacky layer. You don't want to touch that. Use something else. A stamper, makeup sponge, I don't care. Then you can go right in with your top coat. I'm using a gel top coat. If you don't want to use gel, use a regular nail polish top coat. Let that dry down completely, and then you can activate and do your dip top coat if you want. So I let that cure for a full minute, got up, washed my hands, and now the look is done, and I love this. I literally am obsessed. I love the way this came out. I know the picture had a matte top coat, but I'm a glossy top coat kind of person, and I think this looks so classy and elegant. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, give me a black heart down in the comments section. I hope the rest of your day is as beautiful as you are, and I'll catch you in the next one. Love you. Bye.